तेरी मेर दा बोलना तुरिया आगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास आद गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सत गुरे नमः श्री गुरुदेव नमः। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी। There is a concept in Sikh Dharma, is a very unusual concept. Chaddi Kala, a rising spirit. If you want to have an equal literally meaning of this, this only means a rising spirit. In other words, if you have a Christian background, it is called resurrection, continuous resurrection. Not just one, but all the time, in every minute. And if you have any religious faith or acknowledgement or touch with it, it's a very simple concept. It has no duality about it. It means you rise to the occasion as it confronts you, but rise, be above it. If you look at it, there's no way that anybody can guarantee you that your life will not face with different non-tranquilities. Nectar in life is tranquility, inner peace, mental peace. And Bani we recite as it is. It's that Bani is just a permutation, combination of certain sounds which bring tranquility inside. Now, the people who want to make money out of it, they say, well, you have to pronounce it right, you have to know it right, you have to have an understanding, you have to meaning. And they add so many conditions that a normal person will freak out. He will not understand why he should read Gurmukhi, why should he read Gurbani, why should he understand what is in it. In it is a simple computerized essential combination in which as you read it, that way your tongue and your upper palate will touch the meridians and hypothalamus will stimulate you to a certain state of strength. If it gets better, you shall have more tranquilized, self-examining essence and individual strength to understand as you face the day or as you face the moment. That's how life is about in our life. It's a very practical way to look at life. If somebody says that they have life and their life is full of problems or full of no problems, both are wrong. There is no opportunity that you can decide that it shall be the way you decide it to be. Because 70% things are other than what you know or what you plan. Realizing that part of life, now let us understand what Guru says to us. It is that perfect symbol in our tranquility in ourself. Without tranquility of self, you don't have a chance to face even an ordinary thing in your life. Forget about big deals. You need that tranquility, and you cannot force yourself from the outer stimulation to reach inside. Inside, which reaches inside, which is created inside, remain inside. It's a medical fact that anything you inject from outside into the body resists. Actually, when they transplant an organ in the body, they use heavy tranquilizer and puts a person so that the body may not reject even an organ which is very health, very existence is dependable. There's an automatic system in the body to reject outside influence. It's not unusual. But there is a possibility that you can have inside influence within yourself to bring that tranquility, that peace, that grace which you need in your life. And that is all Gurbani is about. If a man is a guru, man shall talk to you, but you shall not be in a position to repeat the words of the guru. This is one opportunity in the whole world where you can become the guru, recite the word of the guru, and make your inner self listen to it. That is Sri Guru Granth. That's why we call it Sri Guru Granth. Not that it is a holy book, and it is a stupid, unconscious relationship the man has not established between himself and the guru. If you meet the highest man, the holiest man, all you can do is listen his speech. Then eardrums will get the vibration and permutation and combination, and then there may be something in your neurons of the brain which can be effective. But that's a partially true. And that's all a personal thing means. How power, high frequency, theta projection a man can give, and how concentratedly that theta projection of that man you can receive and create equal theta vibration. Let's put it on the science. There's no big deal. But you sit behind the guru and you read the words of the guru, your theta self becomes theta self to pronounce the guru. I mean, it's so simple. It's so direct. It's so realistic. And the very effect is you need calmness and quietness and peace. You will find people who read Sri Guru Granth, they doze. And that's a bad part of it. We should be alert. But doziness will come automatically because inside the irritation, the subjection, the projection, the unnecessary, unwanted self-commotion will start leaving you, and you will be calm, quiet, and in this calm and quiet you will say, Kete dukh bhukh, and then you start going down. It's not, and people do feel, I can't read the Guru. Now this is the normal reaction. I can't read the Guru because it puts me to sleep. It is not that so many people will ask me, yes, it will put you to physically sleep. Anything which can put you to physical sleep and awaken your mind, that is the way to see at your soul. Question is, how Sri Guru Granth can be a guru? It's not a man. It's not a person. It doesn't talk. It doesn't talk outside. It just does talk inside. And we need a guru for inside, not outside. What we have to have a guru for outside? Whole world has tried outside guru, and outside guru works very facade way. It's a satisfaction that I have a guru. We need a guru which should work inside us. And when we read the Sri Guru Granth, it is inside affair within our inside. And that is what very challenging to people. But an ordinary person doesn't understand why reading the Guru puts you to sleep. Why? Answer is very simple. You are not aware how irritated, how dissatisfied, how unqualified you are for the situation. Your mind is irritated, your body is irritated, your psyche is irritated, your spirit is not functional to the point of your health and strength. You need strength. Chaddi kala. Phoenix rises from the ashes. Man rises from the adversity. This universe, our universe, is a university in which you graduate against adversities. And the problem is, if you think richness is the answer, which normally we feel that if we become rich is the answer, richness will have rich problems. Poverty will have poor problems. A poor man, his problem is he needs food, water, shelter, little love, little affection. He doesn't want to be disrespected, insulted. Have you seen the rich man world? Rich man wants the whole world. He wants 360 dishes, but which he cannot eat one. He wants wardrobe, walking wardrobes, he can't wear. He has to decide how many pounds of diamond he needs on his crown, and then his neck cannot carry it. Rich man has rich problems, poor man has poor problems. Meek man has a sneak way to reach his own happiness. That's why to be meek and humble is the way which even Christ said, which Guru Nanak said, which everybody says. And what is there to become meek? Meek does not mean non-realistic. Meek means be realistic, but be very melty, very humble, flexible. And anything which loses its flexibility is breakable. And a man is supposed to be not breakable. Within your life you are not supposed to be, any moment in your life should not be, when somebody can break you. It's not that you can be broken in your faith. You should not be broken in your thought. You should not be broken in your heart. You should not be broken in your head. You can't have a crack head. You can't be neurotic. You can't do a lot of things. You need in you that super strength. Our answer to our relationship and our love is create a drama. That's how love is understood by mankind. It's not that East is different than the West, North is different than the South. Stupidity is stupidity whether it's on the North Pole or on the South Pole. It's practiced in Siberia or it is a practice in Sri Lanka. Stupid is a stupid wherever you can find a stupid. And stupid person is a very simple person. You should understand. Stupid person has three qualities you can recognize. His communication or his relationship, or we call it in bracket projection, will be either based on a facade or drama or trauma. Normally we all deal with each other as a facade. And when you deal at a facade, it is all expected behavior. You profile your behavior, but this is your expected behavior. That's not your real behavior. And somebody who's dealing with you, he's dealing with your facade. He's not dealing with you. That's why later on you don't even remember what the man said, what you said, what it's all about. Because nobody talks to anybody really. When you even talk, you're cautious. You are already protecting. You are already covering. You are already there. So, Guru in his language somewhere does tell you, "Ae mana meria tu sada rahnale." He pushes you towards totality. He asks you to be with totality. Totality is not, sometimes when I use the word totality, you think totality means the whole universe. No, totality is you. You are the total totality which can be felt, seen, understood, and can be touched. Today, in the medical science, in study they have found out having yoga, having meditation, it's a time to understand if you can totally reverse your all symptoms of disease to health. All right, that's their study. It's a time to understand that mental stink is much more worse than physical. You do not know if there's a mental garbage you are filled with, and the mental garbage you are clogged with, and mental garbage you are laden with, and mentally you are not in a position to communicate, mentally you cannot have tolerance, mentally you cannot expand, you do not have any chardi kala, and then on a physical facade you can't go very long. Somewhere it will break up. Somewhere truth will, you will spill the beans. And that's not Nanak wants. Therefore Nanak cautious that you are holy men. You have 9 holes. And he deals with each hole in Ananda Sahib. In the song of the bliss, he deals with the ears, he deals with the tongue, he deals with the eyes. Hey rasna tu anras rach rahi. O tongue, you are creating tasteless situation. ए नेत्रो मेरे हो हर बिन और ना देखो कोई. Oh my eyes, without God see nothing else. So each organ, each hole in us is dealt by Nanak in the 3rd form, and that too in the song of the bliss. It tells about life, it tells about soul, it tells about eyes, it tells about ear. Hey sarvano mereo, sache sunne ko pathaye. Oh my listening device, that's the ears, you have been made to sit there to listen to the truth, not to the lies. Jio mein vajja pavan bajaya. In this being, in this body, the sound of prana, not of air, prana, is being sung. So the pranpati is playing the sound in the pran mati. That's how pati and mati accepted pranic body. So when Guru Nanak deals in that detail and with that authentic self and reaches every man, white, yellow, pink, black, short, small, deformed, beautiful, whatever you want to call it, makes no distinction. This is the first reality on this planet. We have to realize why reciting the protocol, the print of the Sri Guru Granth is important, because it shall reprint in us the flexibility, the tranquility, and the spirit through which we can excel. It is the excellence, perpetual excellence, which comes through applied consciousness, which makes you fulfilled being, which makes you sage. The facade, the drama, the trauma will work for the time being. It shall work the day. Tomorrow again we shall be empty. Guru Nanak answered these questions. He knows the first 3 questions. He answers the questions. Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani, which Bani Amrit Sare. Bani is Guru, Guru is Bani, and there are all nectars contained in it. If there is a nectar inside, outside shall be with nectars. The every sector of life will become nectar when inside there is no facade but only nectar. And those who do not produce any insight, we are actually besieged by ambitions, temptation, desires, adversities, name it. Our fort is our own radiance, and within that fort we need that radiation to just be alive, and that nectar to be in excellence. In my privileged thought, I like to share with you something. If you ever have a misunderstanding that outside world will be according to your control, no, it's not true, it's a wrong idea. Outside world is controlled by outside, because that's why you call it outside world. You cannot control weather, weather can control you. You cannot control earthquake, earthquake can control you. You cannot control outside love, it may be a flying kiss or it may be a slap on the face. Outside force is outside force, but you can control your inside. That is given to you. And that is where we start. Anand paya meri maaye Satguru mein paya. Oh my mother, I have a bliss in my side. Anand paya meri maaye Satguru mein paya. We are talking to mother. Mother As is Tartma. Mother Earth is the mother. In Sri Guru Granth, everywhere where the word mother comes, it is relevant to this aspect, to fact. Paman Guru, Pani Pita, Mata, Tart Mahat. Our mother is the Tart, the earth. Mahat means graceful. Earth is graceful. Because it is graceful, because it is a reflection of the heavens. Planet Earth is the only one planet in the entire existence which is the reflection of the entire psyche of not only of the universe, but of the universes of universe. That understanding we have to live with. That understanding we have to understand. Anand paya meri maaye Satguru mein paya. Sargur to paya sahaj seti man vajiyan badaiyan. I have found it in an easy way. Sahaj means very easy, very smooth, harmonious way. And my mind is in blissful. Why? Because within myself, within my psyche, within my being, within my radiant body, I have my own nectar within me. I have created that. I have stimulated my tattvas. I have resolved the unity of my gunas. I have resounded and I have really reprocessed my chakras, and I find myself in absolute bliss. And that is what Anand is about. That's what bliss is about. And that's why the song of bliss, it deals with you in detail. It deals with you personally. It deals with you affectionately. Guru deals with you being as you are. A human guru will have feelings in ecstasy, but shall be a human. Subtle guru shall have the feelings of a human, but also the subtleties of the human. It is the subtlety of the human which reaches us to the reality of human. I am apologetic today because yesterday, long talk, though it was very good, took a toll on my throat. And I did defy my own rule of the Tantric day, but it was essentially to be done. So, Guru will forgive me and Sangat will forgive me for being limited. I wanted to expand this thought with you, the Siri Guru. Why Siri Guru Granth is important, why it is more realistic, why it is being with us, because it does what nobody else does. And I do feel that majority of the people who read Sri Guru Granth and do weekly part, some of them even do not understand how good it returns can do for you. Being alert physically is just being super mentally. It is the mental clarity we have to create. Mind is just like a person who has glasses. You don't have to fight with that guy. Take away his glasses and leave him alone. What are you going to do? He won't even see you. So, it's the blind. To remove mental blindness, we need Sri Guru Granth to see the God, the totality, the essence. With these words and Guru's grace and God's blessing, I hope everything will be all well. Now as a nation, you are facing the facts of life. Now you are you. Now you will be walking into the valley of prosperity, where you will be tested. While being prosperous, while being successful, are you keeping the inner reality strongly with you so that life may not become insensitive, bore, and useless? Period of prosperity is very dangerous. Period of calamity, adversity is very simple, because that's what you face, and you grip yourself with all the force together. But in prosperity, you sometimes lose the inner sight. Anybody who has been invited to a dinner to somebody's house will run, not care what is in his refrigerator, forgetting that next day the man has to get up in his own kitchen and has to have his own breakfast. So prosperity does that something. It creates maya. It creates illusion. It creates a different understanding. So within that understanding of prosperity, if reality is maintained inside, if depth is maintained inside, then jinni naam te aaya gaye musakkat kaal nanak te muku jale keti chutti na. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ ਸੱਜਣ ਸੱਚਾ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਿਰ ਸ਼ਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਾਹੋ ਜਿਸ ਪਾਸ ਬੈਠਿਆ ਸੋਈਐ ਸਭਨਾ ਰਾਜ ਸਾਓ ਸੋ ਕਹੋ ਦਲ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵੀਐ ਐਣ ਸੁਸਹਿਜ ਸੁਭਾਏ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਵਰਸੀਏ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਵਰਸੀਏ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ ਵਡਹੰਸ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਤੀਜਾ ਏਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਚੜਾ ਹਰ ਸਲਾਹੀਐ ਕਾਰਜ ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਨੇ ਜੋਗ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਚੜਾ ਹਰ ਸਲਾਹੀਐ ਕਾਰਜ ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਨੇ ਜੋਗ ਸਾ ਧਨ ਰੰਡ ਨਾ ਕਬਹੂ ਬੇਸਈ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋਗ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋਗ ਅੰਦਿਨ ਰਸ ਭੋਗ ਸਾ ਧਨ ਮਹਿਲ ਸਮਾਣੀ ਜਿਨ ਪ੍ਰਿਯੋ ਜਾਤਾ ਕਰਮ ਵਿਦਾਤਾ ਬੋਲੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਬਾਣੀ ਗੁਣਵੰਤੀਆਂ ਗੁਣ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੰਤ ਸੰਭਾਲੇ ਕਦ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਲਗੇ ਵਿਜੋਗੋ ਸਚੜਾ ਫਿਰ ਸਲਾਈਏ ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਨੇ ਜੋਗੋ ਸਚੜਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਛਾਣੀਏ ਆਪੇ ਲਏ ਮਿਲਾਏ ਸਾ ਧਨ ਪ੍ਰਿਯ ਕੇ ਰੰਗ ਰਤੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਪ ਗਵਾਏ ਫਿਰ ਕਾਲ ਨਾ ਖਾਏ ਗੁਰਮੁਖੇ ਕੋ ਜਾਤਾ ਕਾਮਣ ਇਛ ਬੁਨੇ ਅੰਤਰ ਭਿਨੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਜਗ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾਤਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਰੰਗ ਰਾਤੀ ਜੋ ਬਨ ਮਾਤੀ ਫਿਰ ਕੇ ਅੰਗ ਸਮਾਏ सचड़ा साहिब शब्द पछाणिए आपे ले मिलाए जिन्हें अपना कंत पछाणिया हौ तिन पुछो संता जाए आप छोड़ सेवा करी फिर सचड़ा मिले सहज सुभाए फिर सच्चा मिले आए साथ कमाए साथ सबद धन राती कदे ना रांड सदा सुहागण अंतर सहज समाधि फिर रया पर पूरे देख हबूरे रंग माणे सहज सुभाए जिन्हें अपना कंत पछाणिया हौ तिन पुछो संता जाए पिरो विछुनिया पी मिले जे सतगुरु लागे साचे पाए सतगुरु सदा दयाल है अवगुण शब्द जलाए अवगुण शब्द जलाए दूजा पाओ गवाए सच्चे ही सच राती सच्चे शब्द सदा सुख पाया होमे गई पराती निर्मल सदा सुख दाता नानक शब्द मिलाए पिरो विछुनिया पी मिले जे सतगुरु लागे साचे पाए फिर निर्मायल सदा सुख दाता नानक शब्द मिलाए पिरो विछुनिया पी मिले जे सतगुरु लागे साचे पाए वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
Bhajan's third channel of light. There is but one God, by true Guru's grace he is obtained. Praise thou the true Lord God, he is potent to do all the affairs. Praise thou the true Lord God, he is potent to do all the affairs. That bride sits not as a widow ever, and never suffers she any sorrow. The bride abides in her Lord's mansion, she suffers not sorrow ever, and night and day she enjoys bliss. She who knows her beloved, the destiny builder, utters the nectar sweet words. The virtuous brides who remember their spouse and think of his merits, suffer not separation from him ever. Eulogize thou thy true groom, who is omnipotent to do all the things. The true Lord is recognized through the Guru's instruction, and he himself blends man with his own self. Imbued with the love of her spouse, the bride banishes her self-conceit from within herself. Eradicating ego from within, death devours her not again, and through the Guru she knows the Lord alone. The bride's desire is fulfilled, her core is drenched with the Lord's love, and she meets with the beneficent Lord, the life of the world. She is imbued with the name's affection, is inebriated with youth, and merges in her spouse's person. The true Lord is realized through his name, and then he unites the mortal with himself. They who have realized their spouse, those saints I go to ask about my Lord. Eschewing my ego, I serve them, thus shall the true spouse meet me automatically. The bride practices truth and is imbued with the true name. The true groom comes and meets her. Never becomes she a widow, and ever remains a happy life. In her mind she obtains the celestial trance. The spouse is fully filling all. Seeing him close at hand, she automatically enjoys his love. The saints who have recognized their groom, them I go to ask about my Lord. The separated ones also meet their spouse if they fall at the true Satguru's feet. The true Guru is ever merciful. By his instruction one's merits are burnt to ashes. Burning her demerits with the Guru's teaching, she forsakes duality and remains absorbed in the true Lord alone. By the true name, everlasting peace is obtained, and self-conceit and doubt are dispelled. The immaculate spouse is ever the giver of peace. Through the Guru's instruction is he met, O Nanak. The separated brides also meet their Lord if they repair to the feet of the true Satguru. The separated brides also meet their Lord if they repair to the feet of the true Satguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।